My pond is 12 months old. I don't think so, guys. It's my pond's birthday, 12 months old. Happy birthday, pond. How many more cakes have we got left? Should we just keep going with this until the missus gets in? She's going to be a while yet. So yeah, pond's 12 months old. Dead chuff with that. There's been a lot of highs, there's been some lows. But yeah, the first 12 months, it's a real testing time. When you're putting a new pond together, I've seen. Going through, you know, getting your fish in, getting it built, all the kind of hassle you go through getting the build it done itself. A couple of parasite issues that was a pain. Oh god. New pond syndrome. I'm so glad I'm at the other end of that now, because that's been quite a long, tedious thing. Some people get it done in 6 months. It's taken me, like I say, it took me 11 months because it was sort of last month when I sort of rode over the other side of it and got that completed now. So yeah, 12 months. But one thing I've realised is I've not introduced you to the fish. Like, we've not got the fish out, we've not measured the fish. I don't know how long they are, how big they are. I've got 2 or 3 new fish that were literally tiddlers. You call them tiddlers? I don't know. Anyway, small fish when I first had them, that we've not got out yet, so we've not seen how they've progressed. We've seen them through the window, but we've not actually got them out. So Steve's coming round to help me get the fish out, get them measured, and learn what the Japanese names are. So I know what I kind of sound like I know what I'm talking about with the fish names. I've not named a lot of the fish. You know, got, for example, the orange one, OJ. The ghost koi, ghosty, or goldie. Smudge. That's one of the names we've got because Steve had already named that when I had Smudge off it. But I'll tell you all about them anyway. So yeah, so we're going to introduce the fish. Also, there's some bits and pieces I've been thinking of that I didn't tell you about. For example, just little bits around the pond. So let's get all them done and let's have a bit of fun in this video. So for example, the edging. It's not slate, it's wood. It's just, we bought a bit of decking out. I got some slate quoted too much money. So this is decking, turned upside down, painted slate. Nice. Pretend herons, do they work? Apparently you've got to move these things around the garden a little bit because them herons up top are clever, so you've got to move them around your garden, so do your job. The little crystal jar thing that features in most of the videos, why is it there? I don't know. Why is it there? Enough of the madness. Right, so yeah, let's get on and meet the fish now. This is something we videoed the other evening when Steve came round to help me get the fish out and have a look at them. Yeah, so is there any comments that you've got, please make them down below. I love comments because that's where I do a lot of my learning from. If you're not subscribed yet, before we carry on with this video, subscribe, like, share it, you know what the crack is. So anyway, let's get on and meet them fish. So fish number 1, excellent. This is a
Deutsch Sankey.
Deutsch
Sankey.
Sankey.
Scaleless.
Scaleless fish, this one. Approximate age, no idea. Steve, what do you think about age?
Impossible to say.
Okay. Like I said, this fish, it's got to be 4 or 5 years old, if not long.
Size 2.
Said it's 2.
Size 2, BKS size.
Okay.
Which is 320 centimetres.
320 centimetres.
18 inches.
Excellent. So that's the Deutsch Sankey.
Okay.
Next. Okay, this one is a
Shiro Atsuri.
Shiro
Atsuri.
Atsuri. Again, age, I don't know, what do you reckon, Steve?
Don't know, probably 4 or 5, possibly older.
4, maybe 5 years, maybe a little bit older. Sized?
Size 3.
Size 3?
40 centimetres,
which is
17 inches.
40 centimetres, lovely jubbly. Now this one we call Smudge, because I had this off Steve last year, and its original colours are different to how it looks now. What were its original colours, Steve?
Black and white.
So it was a black and white, but because its quality dropped off for whatever reason when it started changing colours. So Steve said to us, look, you know, I've got Smudge here that we're not doing a lot with at the moment, you know, do you want to take him on? So I took Smudge on, and he's flourished now, so I'm dead chuffed with Smudge. He's doing really well, so that's another good one. Excellent. Okay, so now we have a Gin Rin Goshki. Again, this is approximately 2 years old. I had this off Steve. Lovely looking fish. Is it almost like a metallic-y kind of fish? Yeah.
Goshki means 5 colours.
Goshki means 5 colours. There we go. So lovely little fish this is, and that's not very nice, is it? Just said OJ splashy Steve there. Bless it. So yeah, lovely little fish this is. I had it off Steve a couple of years ago, and it was a really small fish then, and it's come on leaps and bounds. This one, if we can just measure it now, it's
size 2. 18 inches or 340 centimetre.
Right, so that's nice then. It's she's coming on. How do you know if they're he's and she's, by the way?
It's hard to say, they're still young fish, but I would say this. Male.
Oh, so we believe this is a male as well. So Steve just had a quick look, and we believe that's male. But like I said, it's quite a young fish, but we believe it's a male. This fish is a Deutsch Achiba Shiragoi, sorry. And I had this fish off Steve this year actually. I was determined to get the fish replaced that I lost through winter. You know, every day's a school day, living and learning sort of thing. So I got this fish in, and I would say it's almost doubled in size. He or she is feeding really well, always coming up. It rides the back of other larger fish to get food. It doesn't get messed around. It doesn't get pushed around. When it wants to eat, which is really good. So I'm hoping over the next couple of years to grow this really well now. So what kind of size are we talking with this then, Steve?
Eight inches, 190 centimetres.
8 inches, 190 centimetres. So that's.
Millimetres rather.
I'm quite chuffed with that. How that fish is getting on now. Again, I've not got a name for these fish. As I said at the beginning, it's, you know, a lot of the fish, I've been concentrating so much on the pond that I've not really looked at the fish properly. So right now, this one is a kin shower. It's a metallic fish, and this is another one that I had off Steve this year when I had the other smaller brown and metallic fish. So I had this one as well because it was just a lovely looking fish. I was quite impressed. Unfortunately, at the moment, he or she is just suffering from a little bit of carp pox. So we're just keeping an eye on that. Obviously, when the temperature of the water comes up, it seems to drop off a little bit, and when the temperature goes back down again, it comes back on again. So because the temperature's gone down, the carp pox seems to have come back again, which is a bit of a shame. So, but yeah, again, this fish is what?
2-year-old. This is.
Oh, it's a 2-year-old. Sorry, yes, yeah, so it'd be a 2-year-old fish. It was one that Steve had. I'd seen it a couple of times in the shop, and I thought, oh, I like that fish. I'm going to maybe indulge in that one day. Did a bit of saving up, and away we go. So, size is
10 inch, 250.
10-inch fish. So again, I think that's grown as well, hasn't it? I would say that's definitely put some size on again, which is superb. So okay, that's a good another one. Okay, next fish, Tancho. Let me start again. Tancho.
Tan.
Okay, so I've always wanted one of these fish. Seen them online loads. The lovely red spot on the head, the Tancho Kohaku. Beautiful looking fish. Again, had this off Steve this year, and I am determined to get this fish as big as I can get it. I'm making sure that when I feed, that it gets the same feed. It's eating really well at the moment, and again, it's not afraid to get in there with the big boys and get that food in there. So, you know, I've been dead chuffed because it's got a really good spot.
2 year.
And it's 2-year-old fish this is. So I'm hoping that, and it has definitely grown since I had it off Steve. So if we record what it is now, and then we'll know for next one. So what do we do for size there, Steve?
10 inch.
So it's a 10-inch fish, and yeah, I just love these fish. They're just one of my favourite because of the big red spot on the forehead. It's just one of that you know, it is a koi fish. It sticks out like a sore thumb, which is fantastic. So that's great. Love that. Okay, now to my favourite. My Orangi Ogun. nicknamed OJ, obviously because of the colour, and you probably recognise her because she loves to be up in that tank, and she's, you know, she's, as you can see, she handles really well. She doesn't mind me handling her. I spend a lot of time with OJ because she's a cracking fish, but she's quite an old fish, and the little black spots are
Shimmies.
the little black spots on that look like our shimmies, which come through. Doesn't affect the fish at all, but it's just a lovely lovely fish OJ is. So what kind of size are we talking here with this, Steve? It's got to be size 4, isn't it?
Just 4.
So that's a size 4, which is 20 inch. Bless you. So yeah, cracking fish OJ is. She's always really calm. She eats really well. You know, when you put the food in, she'll go splashing around. She'll eat out your hand. You know, so yeah, one of my favourite fishes, OJ. Very good. Okay, this is me ghost carp. We've called it Goldie in the past, or Ghosty or whatever. My daughter picked it again, another one we had of Steve. Now this was a really small fish when I had of Steve a while back. A few years back, I think it was when I first sort of bumped into Steve and started dealing with Steve over at Peng Koi. And my daughter chose it, yeah, Leah chose it, and it's grown really, really well. But it can be a bit of a pain when you're feeding. The fish is all over the place. It's, as you can see, yeah, it doesn't like anybody else eating its food. You know, lovely looking fish. It lost 3 scales actually, and the scales were like the size of a 50p piece. Just on the side, in fact, if I can show you. There we go, just on the side there, it lost 3. And I found them on the bottom of the pond, and kept an eye on that. And it's healed up quite nicely now, and they've regenerated, which is fantastic. So, the sizing of this fish, have a look at the sizing.
20 inches.
So we're talking 20 inches. So again, lovely looking fish. And to be honest, I'm actually considering whether I move this fish on, because I want to bring another fish in. So I don't know if any of you may be interested. Drop me a comment in. I don't know, I'm sure we can sort something out how it goes. But yeah, I'm looking to move this fish on. Some of the other fish don't get on with it very well, and I'm trying to grow with the fish, so. Now the other fish we had, we didn't get the other fish out because, I don't know whether you've seen them flashing around, the black ones. I've got 2 black goldfish and an orange goldfish. And I also have a tench in there. Now those fish came from a friend of my wife's who was moving on, dumping their pond at the time, didn't know what to do with the fish, and I kind of said, okay, yeah, I'll take them on if you want, and I'll help you, I'll help look after those fish. And I've had those fish for, must be flipping heck, nearly maybe 8 or 10 years now that I've just sort of inherited them really, and been looking after them. I've done a lot of learning tonight as well. I've learned some of the names, whether I remember or not. I have to keep looking back on this video to remind me. Massive thanks to Steve. He's a really busy guy. You know, he's just brilliant supplier. Like, if any of you want to get in touch with Steve, I'll put his contact details down. He's on the bottom of this in the descriptions. He tells me today that he's shutting up shop for the winter period. He's open all summer, but he's closing in sort of late November, and then he'll be reopening in April 2021. So he tells me that if you need anything over the winter period, then you message him through Facebook, and he'll do his best to get back to you and help you supply with whatever your needs are. It's just that obviously business drops right off over the winter period because all the bonds are put to bed. So thanks very much for watching. Please hit the subscribe if you've not subscribed yet. Click the like button if you've liked this video, ding the bell, bing, and share to everybody these videos. Thanks very much for watching. This was Koi Pond Lifestyles.